Coach Corn. Good morning. Microphone is yours.
Oh, good morning. Oh, I needed forgiveness today for my cat. She woke me up at 2 a.m. and has been running me ragged all morning. So thank you for today, by the way. Now I love my cat again. I was talking yesterday about, living in a world where my wife says I always say the glass is half full. And on this forgiveness thing, I always give people the benefit of the doubt first. And I assume that they may not have realized that they've done something wrong because I heard a statement once and I just grabbed onto it. And it's one of those core pieces, those filters that I put everything through. And it was that everyone is really doing the best that they can. So when something doesn't go right, something doesn't go well, somebody does something bad, I don't know, I just snap to that and go, they're probably doing the best they can with what they have. And again, I know there's bad people out there as you were talking about earlier, sharing earlier. And I love that Tony said, let go, let God, because two things showed up for me today. And it's forgive, right? To get the freedom. In these two instances, I don't know if I forgave the person, but when you said let go, let God, I look at the one which was a bad business partnership. And I do remember saying, they really were just putting people out of business and owning them and throwing them to the curb. And I did say, forgive them, God, for they don't know what they're doing. And I know they were so far in their forest, they're not horrible people, but they don't even know that what they're doing is like really hurting people, and they're the ones benefiting from it, and they just don't even see it. They're so far in their forest. And so that made me look like, wow, I mean, I don't know that I forgave them because I think at some core they have to know what they're doing. And I called them out on it. But I asked God to forgive them. So it is what you were saying, Tony. For me, this is just for me. I do let that go. I've never given that any energy. I don't talk about it. I don't run around and tell people how horrible these people were to people and what they've done. Um, I definitely, well, I don't give it any energy at all. So I kind of forgave it in that sense that, they may not have known what they were doing, but I'm just going to separate myself from that because I don't see any good coming out of staying with that. A second one was divorce. And, I we our attorney used us as an example for divorcing couples. You have to hear the corn story of our divorce because we kept doing holidays together. We'd sit together at church. When I remarried with Sonia, we had a daughter. They eventually had another daughter. So we had three daughters together, the original three, the O3s, and then each of us had another daughter. And our kids would stay at each other's houses. Their daughter has spent the night at my house. My daughter lives over at their house with my original first ex-wife, right? So I guess it's in a sense forgiveness. It was more, that it wasn't the kid's fault, and I don't know that I forgive what happened and why it happened, but I also took responsibility because I worked my tail off. I was that young guy that wanted everything for my family and worked three jobs, and obviously that drove our marriage to a situation where she made choices and it ended up where it was. So I appreciate the conversation, and I mean it really brings to light that maybe it's a different form of forgiveness that I'm experiencing. I don't live and thrive on it. I don't, if I can't change it, I don't worry about it. So anyway, that's where I'm coming from today. I don't know if that's spurring any additional follow up or conversation around that. So thank you for letting me share this morning.
Absolutely amazing contribution as always. And you know what, Coach Corn? It is so beautiful to see your honesty, how true you are to yourself, and taking that personal responsibility. I love it because when you say that, you're also giving us the permission to do the same. With that said, there is so much care in this room.